Von Miller, remember him? A reigning Super Bowl champion. Oh, he left L.A. for Buffalo. Von Miller recently revealing that he had more than a passing fancy and signing with the Dallas Cowboys in free agency. Now, we know he ultimately signed with the Buffalo Bills, but if you didn't see how he phrased this, it's pretty interesting. In an interview behind a paywall on The Athletic, Von Miller mentioned a conversation that he had with the Cowboys in free agency. And the star defensive player said that he told the Cowboys that he was ready to come to Dallas. He said, quote, "I would have taken less to go to Dallas because it's Dallas," Von Miller said, "but I wouldn't take that much less," close quote. Now, Miller was referencing the 5-year, $70 million contract that Randy Gregory had accepted. Now, he had agreed to re-sign with the Cowboys, you might remember, and then he said, I had a change of heart. I want to go eat Rocky Mountain oysters and hang out with Russell Wilson in Denver, and Parker the Snow Dog, and that's what I'm going to do. And so he did it. And so he, at the very last second, Randy Gregory bailed out on the Cowboys for the Broncos. So rather than take the same offer the Cowboys gave Gregory, apparently that's what happened, Miller agreed to a 6-year, $120 million mega million dollar deal with Buffalo, and a bunch of that money guaranteed, not all of it. So let us discuss the question. Did the Cowboys make a mistake not meeting Von Miller's demands? Thumbs up or thumbs down? So I believe, as far as the Cowboys making a mistake, I am going to go thumbs down. I don't think they made a mistake, right? I don't think they made a mistake. I've got kosher salt, NASCAR, and tariff. And we'll put all of these together, and we're going to make the Baba Ganoush is what we're going to make. Close the week out in style. Now, to kick off, the fact that the Cowboys did not up the ante for Von Miller, I think we can all agree. I'm not a Cowboy fan. I don't have a dog in the fight. But this is out of character for Jerry Jones. He's always been a money is no object kind of guy. Jerry's world suffers from celebrity worship syndrome. The Cowboys have always opened up the checkbook for the big names. It's all about the stars. You got to have the stars. And so for Jerry Jones to stonewall a Texas guy, and he's from there, went to college at Texas A&M, Von Miller, that is uncharacteristic of the Cowboy owner. And so we are talking about bizarro world, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, the Von Miller part of the story, Vaughn is going Trolley McTroll, which I appreciate on some level, as he ended up pouring kosher salt all over the open wound for them Cowboys, saying he would have taken less, but not that much less, from Dallas, which is a body blow. The Cowboys have had a wretched offseason in terms of name brand value pickups. There have been more players we've heard of going outbound than coming inbound. And so they've pretty much been hanging out on the sidelines here during the swap meet of stars, signing mostly mid-level players. Now, furthermore, how much gas does Von Miller have in the tank? Now, the price of gas has gone up a lot. So I'm looking at the dashboard here, and I see about a quarter of a tank before the check engine light pops up, the gas light pops up. Now, in terms of the question, is the glass half full or half empty for Miller time? On the one hand, Miller is 33 years old, so he's past his athletic prime. Injuries has started to pop up in recent years. He had an MCL sprain, ankle ligament tear, missed all of the 2020 season with surgery. But on the positive side, the glass being half full, Von Miller showed with the Rams, and I saw this week after week in L.A. last season, that he still got a little bit of that magic dust. He still got it, a little stardust there. He was the spirit animal of the Rams. And he didn't play great in the regular season when he came over from Denver. He had 5 sacks in 8 games and 31 tackles and all that. But his impact was in the postseason. That's when he went turbo-tastic. Von Miller. He was speed racer. In NASCAR terms, he was driving the pace car to show how to get the Lombardi in 4 playoff games for the Rams. He had 4 sacks, 14 tackles, 6 quarterback hits, and a partridge in a pear tree. But that was with Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey as his teammates. They're not part of the package. I looked at the Bills' depth chart, and I did not see any of those guys other than Von Miller in Buffalo. So now I am betting that Von Miller will be fine. He'll be an impact guy at least for the first year and a half, into 2 years. After that, all bets are off. All bets are off. Anything past that is gravy. And the way the contract is written, it's not my money, it's the Bills' money, but the way the contract is written, it's really a 3-year deal. So that gets a little dicey. It's like cutting an onion. You're going to probably start crying there when we get to year 3. All right, parting shot on this. So the other part of this story, we mentioned the Cowboys and Von Miller trolling the Cowboys, but what about Buffalo? Like, what should the Bills Mafia take away from Von Miller's decree that he wanted to play for the Cowboys? That was the team. So despite all of the niceties, and Vaughn has been very kind here about saying, I want to play out all 6 years in Buffalo. What he's really saying is headliners have socially distanced from Orchard Park unless you are traded there or drafted there, and that's a fact. And Von Miller spelled it out. Right? Spelled it all out that he had put a tariff on being exported to Buffalo. And that's what he did, right? It was not his first choice. It was not his first choice. He didn't want to deal with the Arctic weather, so he placed a tax on going to Western New York. The Bills were comfortable paying extra. They wanted to improve their defense, and the defense had good numbers last year, but they were inflated numbers, so they feel like Von Miller will make them more legitimate, and they paid extra than the market rate for Von Miller, and now Von can afford designer parkas and extra wool socks and all that stuff, and the gloves and all that. And the Bills are one of the darlings of the gambling market. Will they live up to the hype? Inquiring minds would like to know. We'll find out starting in about 3 weeks when training camp opens up, and then there's exhibition games we won't watch. Players will get hurt, and then we'll start watching for real in September. So we have that to look forward to. It'll be fun.